Every day, every hour, people of all ages, all over the world, are at risk of consequence from cyber threats. While you're watching this video, I find many ways to trick people into telling me their account names and passwords directly. This is what I call phishing, and here's how it works. First, I set up a web server with a login page that looks identical to the one I want to break into. Then, I'll redirect their browser to the real login page where they can log in and think that everything's okay. Then, I send a specifically crafted email that looks like it was sent by the real system that will include a handy link. However, that link doesn't take them to the real system. It takes them to my special web server that is masquerading as the real system. By the time they get into the real system, I have their credentials and can log in as them. And the best part? Most of the people will never know. And this is just the beginning. Who are we? Simple. We're the ones motivated by political, social, or moral outrage, representing things we collectively don't agree with. I'm the guy who sends bogus network requests to our victims to attack what is known as a distributed denial of service attack, while we get millions of computers worldwide. How do we get all those computers? Easy. We set up a botnet, a command and control server accessible on the internet that, through a malware installed on some unsuspecting computers, will wait patiently for instructions from the command and control server. But a common method is to put a software installer as an attachment to spam email. Let's say a bank error in your favor. By the time they open the attachment to find out more and realize that it isn't real, we already installed our botnet software on their computer. And the best part? They have no idea.
Every day, every hour, people of all ages, all over the world, are at risk of consequence from cyber threats. Our ideology: intimidate and strike terror into the hearts of our enemies by causing disruption, mayhem, and damage. Do you know who we are? Yes, we are cyber terrorists, a group not usually well-funded, but with a lot of ingenuity to attack our enemy, high-profile targets. Capable to disrupt internet services with DDoS attacks, infiltrate systems to steal sensitive data, or expose the personal data about people we want harmed. We also threaten to corrupt critical information, hoping to throw entire industries into disarray. But how can we accomplish all this with few resources? Easy. Through spear phishing, a simple technique where we send emails only to specific people we want to target. Once we've infected the computer that they use, we know that we can get to the more serious stuff, which in the end is what we really want. Our motivation? What moves the world? Money. And what do? Though our presence is purely online, we utilize existing malware to target point-of-sale credit card terminals. Yes, we are cyber criminals, and here is what we're capable of doing: getting into a network and stealing the credit card data. We can sell that info to any number of buyers, or even use those credit cards ourselves. Once we're inside that network, we can also grab the personal information about other customers. Then, there's ransomware. This allows us to extort money directly from the owners of infected computers, holding their data for ransom. Usually it means infecting a computer with software that will encrypt the computer's hard drive and display a message demanding the payment of some amount of Bitcoin in trade for the encryption key to get their data back. The best part? The more computers that get infected, the more money we make.
Every day, every hour, people of all ages, all over the world, are at risk of consequences from cyber threats. Our missions include espionage, extortion, and embarrassment, using targeted cyber weapons to disrupt, damage, or destroy critical infrastructure. We are cyber warriors, and we're a well-funded group that act in the national and military interest of our country's government. and have the resources to not only use any exploit method that exists, but also develop new ones on our own. Have a sit and just watch what we are capable to do. Our well-known methodology is to leverage unpatched vulnerabilities in common operating systems and applications. You can call it 0 day because you have just learned of the cyber threat and the solution to fix it has not been created. Hopefully, we are the only ones who know about the vulnerability. If it comes time that we have to launch an attack that uses an exploit of an unpatched vulnerability, then most likely it won't be long until someone figures out how that attack worked. Then the software vendor will almost always issue a patch right away. That's why once we use one, it has a pretty short shelf life before it's no longer usable again. Like I said, this is why we keep it a secret.
Now that we know the risks, we can be more careful and better prepared. We live in a connected world, and it is everybody's job to make it safe.